Also, he would lick the bottom of girls' sneakers there. Like, it, you know, the dirty floor at Hooters, he would lick the bottom of it. I felt like I was getting traumatized. I really did. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Miss Gemini Talks. Today's video, I'm going to be having a little bit of story time with you guys, okay? Why not? You know, we here in quarantine. Why not have a little bit of conversation with you guys? So today's story, I mean, I had a lot of people ask me like, you used to work at Hooters? Oh my God, how was it? Was it like a strip club? Did you make a lot of money? All the basic questions. But yeah, I'm going to tell you a little story about how I got hired, how I got fired, and the experiences with the guys there that come there, the regulars. But before I get into it, I need you guys to press that subscribe button, ring that bell for notifications of my new uploads. All right, guys. So my experience as a Hooter girl. I'll never forget when I first heard about Hooters, a lot of people had said crazy bad things about it. They made it seem like it was just like... They made it seem like it was like working at a strip club for the most part. They said the clothes was just too revealing. You know, the girls, they used to have wet t-shirt contests and you got to show your nipples. You got to show your booty. So I was like, oh no. But I always said I wanted to try Hooters wings, but I didn't know what Hooters really was at that time. This was in 2011. And I went to Hooters. And when I went there, it was just... a regular girls wearing like beaters and shorts, okay? Now, mind you, the shorts does come up a little higher, but you do have these stockings that come on. That's your complexion. They have like the stockings that's like a brownish or, you know, tan complexion that, it covers it up. So it really don't look like you're really showing too much. And when I went there, I was like, oh, it's not that bad. So at the time, I was looking for a job because I was babysitting during that time and I was working at the mall. I was working at Macy's and I was working at Lord & Taylor. I hated those jobs. I hate clothing store jobs. It's not for me at all. But anyway, so the girl was like, one of my friends that was there, they was like, you know what, maybe you should put in an application, you know. And for the most part, people said I could work at Hooters because, you know, I have boobs. You know, and Hooters girls, they always are known for their big boobs. When I went to Hooters, okay, and filled out an application, it was nothing but girls with booties. Like, I'm like, I don't know what they're talking about, but I thought I was going to get hired because I was, at that time, I gained a little weight from after I, you know, like I said in my last videos before I was sick. I was skinny. Like, I mean, I had boobs always, but I was really small. Like, I had a very, very, very zero-like size waist. So I had a cute model body. I just felt like I was a little too skinny at that time, but I did have boobs. And all the girls there, they were shapely. You know, they had bigger booty, they had hips. They had somewhat of a boobs, but it wasn't, you know, the main thing. I went in there and I filled out the application. So the thing with that type of job, I will say, and a lot of waitressing jobs too, they fill you out, the girls and guys that work there, okay? So I didn't see a manager. I filled out the application, but I was talking to the hostess there. And I was talking to one of the bartenders. And she was giving me compliments. And she was like, oh, you're pretty, you know, da-da-da. We was talking and it was pretty cool. I said da-da-da. That means like I don't want to go too deep into the conversation. But, you know, it was a nice conversation. And after that, she was like, I'm going to give it to the manager. So I was like, oh, okay. And a couple of girls was just kind of side, you know, just looking and, you know, seeing who this girl is, you know, okay. Because, you know, in restaurant jobs, they do that a lot. Next thing you know, I was like, oh, I don't think I'm going to get hired. The girls there, you know, and I'm not trying to be funny, but I worked in Wayne, New Jersey, and there wasn't a lot of black girls at that time working there, so I was a little nervous, and I was like, I don't see a lot of black girls, and, you know, I just felt like, I didn't know, I didn't feel like I can do it. And 2 days later, they called me, got the job, all right? So I was so excited because everybody made it seem like it was like, you know, too raunchy, like too revealing. And all you really wearing is mainly a beater shirt. You know, you wear your shorts and then you have the stockings and the sneakers that they give you. Now, some of the rules as being a Hooters girl was a little bit too much sometimes. Like, they want you to always wear your hair out. They want you to always have your makeup done. You know, you got to be up to par. Like, at Hooters, they want you to give like a fantasy, I feel like, in a sense, and you always have to talk to the customers. Now, my experiences with other restaurant jobs, you just serve the table. You can talk a little bit, but you mainly got to be, moving around. Hooters, they want you to talk. So that's the thing about Hooters, that I guess people thought it was like a, romantic thing, because you got to sit down and talk to the customers. And, I liked it to a certain degree, because you did meet some nice people. But then at the same time, I didn't like it, because it was times where I felt a little uncomfortable, because some guys would try to touch you, like put their hand around you or touch your arm or be a little bit too touchy. And I didn't like that. And you can't tell them that sometimes, because you don't want to get in trouble with the manager or, whatever else. But I just felt like it was a little too much sometimes. So I wouldn't do it as often. Like, it was a couple of regulars that came in. Now, the regulars at Hooters, I would say, I loved all of them, but they were a little different. It was one guy, Jeff. He came in every morning, literally every morning, okay? And he'd come in with his little booklet. Now, this book that he has is with, like, he has a whole 10-year booklet of girls from Hooters. That every location that he went to in Jersey, he had mad pictures with the different girls at Hooters. And it was like 10 years worth of pictures. So he'd come in there and tell me every morning when I see him at the job, showing me pictures like, yeah, this Hooter girl was at Hackensack, and this girl name is this, and yeah, look at this picture I got with this girl, every morning. So you got to be prepared to deal with Jeff every morning, okay? Now, mind you, the regulars sometimes don't tip as high. Now, you got some regulars that come in there and tip really good, but then you got some regulars that come in there and annoy the shit out of you, and you don't get anything for it, really. So I liked the Jeff, though. He was cool, but a lot of girls was annoyed by him, because all he do is come and say the same thing. Now, for the most part, you can make money, but usually a lot of people make money from the regulars. Now, we had games like trivia and stuff like that at Hooters where, it was cool, but it was a lot of young kids coming there, and I'm not going to lie, they don't tip. Okay? They don't tip. So I wasn't making a lot of money at Hooters as I did when I worked in New York City, because of the young people that come in there, because they want to see Hooters girls, and they're like, oh, the girls are there, and they just want to see you, but they don't want to tip. Now, the experiences with some of the guys that come in there could be a little weird. We had this one guy that come in there. He's a businessman. He had a lot of money. I don't know if he was married or not, but he was really nice, but he was very, very weird. Okay, he would come in and he would give you good money, but for weird, you have to do something weird in exchange for that. So, like, if he come in, he's like, okay, I want you to rip your stocking. I give you $20. So every time you rip your stocking, he's gonna buy you a new pair and then give you $20. Also, he would lick the bottom of girls' sneakers there, like it. The dirty floor at Hooters. He would lick the bottom of it. I felt like I was getting traumatized. I really did. I was like, what? But you was making money doing it. Now, the weirdest thing I felt like besides that, it was this other guy that came in and he wanted girls to just pour ketchup all over him, like ketchup, like he wanted a ketchup shower at a restaurant. And he would tip you at least $80 to $100. Man, I was right there pouring that ketchup on him. Hey, give me that money. Man, listen. But we're going to get to how I got fired. Now, we end up getting new managers there. And one of the managers, he was a male. He started messing with one of the girls there, whatever. They had their little whatever exchange. I knew about it. And I guess he felt some type of way because I knew about it. I don't know. But he had something against me. He had something against me because I knew his business. But I was cool with the girl. Long story short, one day I went in. Now, I had no write-ups the whole time I've been working there. I was working there for 2 years. No write-ups the whole time I was working there. Everybody was cool. I got along with most of the girls there. The guys, regulars, all knew me. But the manager there and him, he just was just finding a reason to not, So I had this one regular come in. No, he wasn't a regular, I don't think. I had people say he was a regular. I just don't remember seeing him like that. And he was sitting at the table. I had him, but I had to sit next to him and talk to him. You have to talk to the customers. So when I was sitting next to him, he was just a little weird. And I was just like, okay. He wasn't really talking, but then he wanted me to sit there just to sit there. And I'm like, okay, fine. But then it just was a weird, awkward vibe to me. So I was just taking care of him. I got all the food that he wanted. I made sure I checked in on him. But I guess he got jealous because I was talking to another customer there. And I was giving the other customer a little bit more attention than him, probably, because he wasn't really talking. So the other guy just kept talking. So it was kind of hard to get away from that customer. So, you know, I was in a stuck situation. But then he complained to the manager about it. So when the manager came to me about it, he was like, yeah, you got to make sure you entertaining everybody. You can't just be giving one person attention. And I was just like, well, excuse me, I'm sorry that the guy felt that way. But, you know, he wasn't really talking. You know, I felt like I needed to take care of other customers that's willing to talk and converse. And, you know, as other people in the restaurant. He said, if you do that again, you're going to be written up again for that. I calmly, nicely walked away and said, okay, no problem. Next thing you know, the guy came up again and complained about me. I went back, sat at the table. He wasn't saying nothing to me. He was acting really weird. And I felt some type of way because I'm like, okay. And next thing you know, the manager came back up to me again and was like, oh, I don't like the way you're doing this. I was seeing you home early. And I'm like, wait, what? I'm so confused. So I was already irritated. But like I said, I always handle myself and conduct myself, you know, professional. I left that day. I talked to the other manager there. She's a sweetheart. I don't like to say anybody names in the video, but she was a sweetheart. And she was like, don't worry about it. You know, I talked to him. Next day I come to work. It was on a Saturday morning. I'll never forget. I was excited. We had a good day. We made good money that day. I think it was football, if I'm not mistaken. And then I went, nobody said nothing to me the whole day. He would see me. Everything was good. I went back about to go leave and get my tips and cash out my tips and everything. And then next thing you know, he said, yeah, all three of the managers came in. No, it was two of the new managers that came in. And was like, yeah, so he told me about the situation that happened. You know, we don't like the way you, we don't like the way you did that. So we got to terminate you. When I tell you, I was so confused. I'm like, I only have one write-up from him from that one situation. I don't know how he made it seem like I got 3 write-ups, which I was so confused. And I was pissed. So I'm like, all right, so you're terminating me. What's the reason why? Like, I'm confused. Like, that's why you're terminating me when you got girls that had like 10 write-ups before? Like, literally, I seen girls get written up for no reason and had like 10, 20 write-ups and didn't get fired. And when I got fired, I was so pissed. So everybody at the job was so confused and was like, Letitia, what happened? That made me just like, I'm done with Hooters. You know, even though I can't blame all Hooters for that. But I haven't went back to Hooters since, even to eat after that. Okay? Because I was so turned off, you know, because I don't think I deserve to be fired. And that pissed me off. But for the most part, my experience working at Hooters was a good experience. I had no complaints. I made money. I mean, it was just crazy moments with some of the guys that worked there. But other than that, you know, it was a good experience. Alright guys, that's my story for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Leave a comment of any new suggestions of videos that you want me to record, talk about, anything. Let me know, okay guys? And I'll be back with another video.